Doo-doo, shadoo-ba-doo, doop-doop, doop-ba-doo, shadoo-ba-doo, doop-doop.
Dreaming of a white.
We can do it like that, but I don't know if they voted for that one. We're live? Roll it. Good morning and welcome to the STAHLidays edition of the Stahls TV Morning Show. We're going to give something away today.
We are going to give something away today. We talked about it last week. You guys participated on the forum. We got hundreds of entries into our STAHLidays giveaway for a Fusion heat press, and we're choosing the winner today.
Yeah, we're really giving away a heat printing business when you look at the Fusion heat press. We decided earlier on in our practice session, which we do every week, not only are we giving away a Fusion heat press, but we're doing the whole print more package so you can really make a lot of different items with it. The extra platens, all of it coming your way if you win our first ever Stahls TV giveaway.
It's exciting. It's a
By
big
the
day.
way, I'm Josh Ellsworth. This is Zach Ellsworth. We'll be your host today on the Stahls TV Morning Show on our STAHLidays edition. And we thank all of you for joining this morning and participating on the Stahls TV forum. Let's outline a little bit of the requirements on how people got into this giveaway first and how this episode's going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you wrap them up. But basically, you had to register on stahlstv.com, post and introduce yourself on our stahlstv.com forum, and then you had to make at least 2 or 3 additional posts.
Yeah, 3 posts total, so 2 additional posts.
Okay, 2 additional posts, and then you're registered to win this Print More package that we're giving away today.
Yeah, and so everybody that met the requirements as of this morning went into our nice little Letters to Santa mailbox. Thanks for bringing that in, Taylor. And all the names are in here. We're going to draw 12 names, actually, throughout the episode. They're going to go into our lovely Happy STAHLidays spinning wheel. Pan camera left.
In a minute.
And it's coming.
There it is.
Nice spinning wheel where we're going to spin it, and ultimately we'll end up with one winner. So if we pull your name, don't get too excited yet, but you have made
Boy, they can be excited.
Yeah, a 1 in 12 chance.
A 1 in 12 chance
which
is
is a
better
pretty
than the
good
1
chance.
in the few hundred chance that we have right now.
So we're going to go through that. Also, this is our Letters to the Stahls TV Host Edition, where you can type in your questions, and we're going to take Q&A throughout today's episode, and we have some top questions from the forum that were asked as thought starters to get us going. But I think we should get a couple names onto the wheel to kick us off.
Yeah, let's get started.
All right, so let's shake this up, and we'll turn it this way so you can see, yes, all of the names are in there. I think you can see that there on camera. Lots of names, and go ahead and pick one out.
All right. Sorry in advance if we pronounce your name wrong. It doesn't disqualify you from winning.
No.
First name to go on the board, Karen, is Aaron Burke. Aaron Burke.
All right, Aaron Burke, you have a 1 in 12 chance. We're going to go ahead and just get another name on there. Also, Kyle Waltz. Kyle Waltz and Aaron Burke, you are on the board. So let's get things started in holiday spirit, because I can see you've worn your Christmas colors here. Thanks
I have.
For participating,
Thanks
Grinch.
for noticing.
So we're going to pull up a picture of an ugly Christmas sweater that was decorated with heat printing that was featured on the Stahls TV blog. So we're going to sort of dissect this and go through the different components on what makes up a good ugly Christmas sweater, at least in the heat printing world, and use it to sort of highlight some products. So if we start with the number 1, which is the top left snowflake, what product are we looking at there on screen?
We're actually looking at Glitter Flake. Both snowflakes are Glitter Flake, the green one and the white one. So Stahls Glitter Flake material there.
Okay, and Glitter Flake is that perfect product to make your sales sparkle in 2016, and it's been on fire for us. So if you haven't used Glitter Flake with your vinyl cutter or custom transfer, it's a great product. If we work our way down the left-hand side of the screen, the next one is a 2-color Merry Christmas design, and the particular colors are the red and lime fashion film. And fashion film's one of those other key products for us, and that was a key product in 2015. Because it's perfect for t-shirts and great for layering.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the fastest growing cad-cut products here at Stahls. Part of the reason is that 2-color application where you can put the bottom layer down for 1 to 2 seconds, put the top color on top for your full application of 10 to 15 seconds, and you have a finished 2-color. one of the reasons for that short application time is to reduce shrinkage in your garments. So 100% cotton, sweater like this that has wool has a tendency to shrink as the moisture leaves it under the press, so that 1 or 2 second application makes it easy to line things up.
Yeah, it's very easy to apply. Now let's keep going down that side of the screen, the left-hand side of the screen there, the very bottom left. We're actually looking at white thermofilm with neon yellow fashion film, a 2-color design. But what's impressive here is that long print down the arm, and this could easily be a leg print with the leg and sleeve platen on a Hotronix Fusion heat press, or even with a heat printing pillow inserted into the sleeve if you just have a standard clamshell press. So lots of opportunities there. Okay, number 4 is the top right hand side of your screen. These are pre-cut letters in flock material. So what's a good application for flock?
A good application for flock is anywhere you want to replace felt or anywhere you want some texture or added perceived value in your garment. I was walking through Target last night. We actually have our Christmas gift exchange here at the office today, and I was going to pick up an ugly sweater kit, and I thought, why would I do that since we could just make that here at the office? But in that ugly sweater kit, one of the main ingredients was a lot of pre-cut felt that you could iron on. However, this flock was pre-cut for us and can be applied with a heat press.
Good. And one of the top questions that just brings up a question, you see products that are iron-on now in retail stores, which really speaks to the power of heat-applied graphics onto apparel. But then you also have you must have a heat press to get good durability. So how do you balance the availability of these iron-on products with quality heat printing and what we're trying to promote here on Stahls TV?
Yeah, I think it comes back to just what you said, mentioned about durability. If you're going to have something that is a one-time use or will not be laundered, iron-on is acceptable. The trouble with the iron is you can't accurately measure time, temperature, or the pressure of your application, which is why we recommend a Hotronix heat press if something's going to be laundered or you want it to last.
Okay. If we continue down the side of the screen, we're going to take a look at another bling product, which is cad-cut hologram, that's used as the ornaments here on this custom Christmas tree that's made out of fashion film. So the cool thing about hologram, I'm not sure if you can pick it up in the picture, but you really get some nice sparkle and pop on the design.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the most popular applications for this particular material is imitating the look of rhinestones without having to make custom rhinestone transfers. I think we have a close-up here of something that we've already pre-applied that shows the product a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a close-up of the cad-cut hologram, and I'm actually going to move that panel a little bit for you so you can hopefully see it sparkle. But you have the foil-like look, you have the sparkle to it, and wow, this really just shines, and it's a great way to do faux rhinestones or any type of design really on apparel. But there's one key with hologram. It has foil in it, so this is a hang-dry application.
Yep.
All right, let's move to our last piece of the Christmas sweater, which is our string of Christmas lights. And once again, we're using our top product fashion film, multicolor applications, very quick and easy. Every color just goes down simply for 2 seconds, and then we're adding the next color, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, continuing to build until we do one final application of 15 seconds. So thanks from the Stahls marketing crew for creating that ugly Christmas sweater, and our model, although you couldn't see him there, Matt DeLauer. We thank him for modeling that,
Yep.
and you can read more on the stahlsblog.com about how that was created and get some good close-ups.
Sounds good.
What do you think? It's been a while since we drew a couple names.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
All right.
Let's draw a few more.
Let's get a couple more on the board.
Don't forget, this is our Christmas Q&A episode, so if you have questions, please type those in. It can be about any product or decorating method. The next name that goes on the wheel is Mark Bolin. Mark Bolin, B-O-L-I-N.
All right, Karen, we also have Cecily Haynes, C-E-C-I-L-Y, Haynes, H-A-Y-N-E-S. So we're a third of the way there through the names on the board. Joe, do we have any questions coming in from our viewers?
I do have one question. They'd like to know, does Stahls sell any of the pre-made ugly sweater items?
That's a really good question.
We do some pre-cut components. So there's some stock transfers, and there's pre-cut letter kits, that ho-ho-ho that you saw. Were pre-cut Tiffany letters out of the flock. So a lot of folks order in the pre-cut lettering kits in 2-inch, 3-inch letters in a variety of Christmas colors. And then if you have a storefront, you can actually let people come in and customize.
Yeah, and the thermofilm that you saw on the wearer's right sleeve was also pre-cut by us. Customer sent in the artwork, and we cut that and supplied it to them for heat application.
Good. So speaking of customer supplied items, one of the questions on the Stahls TV forums that I thought was interesting that Karen had pulled up for us was, do you allow customers to supply their own garments and bring them into the store to get heat press? Yay or nay? What do you think?
I think it is a personal preference. I have talked to shops that absolutely won't touch a customer's garment because of the risk that's involved. What if it gets ruined? How easily is it replaced? What's it going to cost me? And then other customers make it their niche to do that type of thing where you can bring any garment in and they'll decorate it, willing to take the risk. It all depends on the decorating methods that you're using, how reliable they are, and how confident you are that you can decorate them. So with the help of Stahls TV, with Stahls products, I would say yes. When you start dealing with equipment that's a little bit more involved, like with embroidery, I personally would shy away from embroidering somebody's garment.
All right, let me add the next level to this.
Okay.
I have a customer bringing me 2 dozen jackets that cost $119 each.
Okay.
A little more risk there.
There is a little more risk. I think it just depends on does it say what did the person asking the question say what they were made of?
There wasn't really a call out on the actual
Okay.
fabric, so I assume where you're going, if it's a synthetic, there's
Right.
going to be more risk, like
Right.
a leather, something like that for melting or scorching.
Exactly.
But certainly, if it gets to be an expensive item, some folks have said have a waiver for them to sign off on, but even if they sign the waiver and you really hold them to not replacing their $119 jacket, that's really bad word of mouth advertising.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would caution you against letting customers bring in items like that where they're going to be personally upset if you mess up that item. It can really damage the reputation of the business.
Right.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I think there's another question from our viewers.
Again, with the making of the ugly sweater, did you need to change the blade for the thicker flake material?
Okay, so as far as changing out the blade for thicker heat transfer materials in general, you can cut everything with a standard blade. Once you go into flock or twill, typically you need a higher degree angle. Certainly you can use a higher degree angle on glitter flake if you want, but many decorators, including myself, always cut it with your standard 45 degree angle blade without issue at all. You just change the downforce on the vinyl cutting machine.
Agreed.
Okay. Another question. We're rolling now.
Oh yeah, they're flying in now. They're saying comment is that the CADWorks is a great helpful tool for any of the design work that they need to do. Will there be an update to the product that's offered coming in 2016?
Yeah, we have some really exciting things for 2016 planned for CADWorks, and actually next week on Wednesday, we have a special forecasting 2016 version where we're going to share some trends, and we'll share some of the new updates coming for CADWorks in that session. But there are a lot of updates that are planned for 2016 for CADWorks, and I think you're really going to like a lot of the functionality that's coming around the corner for CADWorks.
Yeah, and if you want to register for that class that Josh is talking about, you can go to stahlstv.com, the live events section, to register for that class.
Okay, we want more of your questions, but I feel like we have to get a couple names on the board. We're about halfway through today's session. We need to get half the names on the board, so go ahead and...
While we're drawing these names, is it possible to share some favorite Christmas memories or something like that from our staff here?
Yeah, I think that would be good. So let's start with, they're all looking at us in the room now like you're going to call on me. So I jotted down some surprise questions here. Let's start off, if we can pass the microphone to Taylor. Taylor, what was the worst present that you ever received?
Oh man, my best friend, I love her to death, but she gave me a very strange present one time. She got me a big picture of fruit and cheese and wine.
Okay.
And she said, she's like, I can see you one day having an office with this on your wall. And I just thought it was the most random thing. I love her to death. It was funny. I had to act like I really liked it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I didn't love, but you know what? I still have the picture. I still have it.
I actually
So.
think that's her way of telling you she wants an office
Is that
for
what-
Christmas. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
I'm pretty sure that just happened. I don't see the picture right now in her split office, but...
Yeah, my thoughts were her side of the wall is still my side of the wall. I'm not sure that's a good picture. But is that going to show up as a regift during our exchange here,
No.
possibly?
I don't know. We'll
No,
see if we
no,
see it
no.
later today. So let's get a couple names on the board. Thanks,
Okay.
Taylor. We have Steve Hall. Congratulations, Steve, if you're on with us. And who we got next?
We also have Dennis Candy.
All right. All right, we have a couple more questions from our viewers coming in, I believe.
Yes. Just had a customer ask me to decorate a swimsuit for a group. What material would you recommend other than the rhinestones that she wants on it?
Oh my.
Rhinestones on a swimsuit are tough.
Yeah.
A lot of products on swimsuits are tough. So there's a couple sort of questions that you need to follow up with. The most obvious is what material is a swimsuit made of, because sometimes you have differences in adhesive depending on if it's a poly or a nylon based.
Yep.
Lycra is a poly fabric, so if you start to hear lycra or spandex, you think polyester, no problem. But if nylon enters the equation, you really need to have a grippier adhesive,
Yep.
if you will. And then the second question is this going to be used where there may be chlorine that can actually impact the prints, because entering chlorine rules out a lot of the digital print cut products.
Yep.
Because they'll start to fade in chlorine. But as far as the solution goes, what would you recommend from a single color standpoint for that?
From a single color perspective, especially if the suit is nylon, which a lot of them are, I would go Gorilla Grip 2.
Yeah.
Out of the Stahls line, it gives you the stretch that you're going to need if there's any spandex or a lycra in that garment, and it has the adhesive that's designed to apply to nylon.
Yeah, so Gorilla Grip 2, and that will even work on polyester, so it may be, you may pay a little more for that product, but you'll have the durability. You're not going to get the bling effect, but I'm not sure there's a bling product that we would want to recommend on swimsuits.
I don't think so.
Okay. Joe, any other questions?
What heat press do you recommend that would be light enough to travel with?
Okay, yeah, great question. So actually, there's been a lot of questions about heat presses, so I think now is as good a time of any to go through another question we had that sort of pairs up to that is, what heat press should I get for the money? What's the difference between your entry level and the Fusion? Do you kind of want to walk us through the Fusion real quick, and then I'll go through the entry
Yeah,
level?
sure. Head over to the Fusion press. Turn it on. All right, so one of the nice things about the Fusion, as we said already about heat presses when we were comparing to whether we should iron something on or whether we should heat press it, the big three things that we need to look for are accurate time, temperature, and pressure. The nice thing about the Fusion press is you have a threadable press. You can actually thread your garments underneath of this press, and what that does is it allows you to get a flat surface on the platen that you're using. This one also has the ability to draw out or swing away with the pull of a button here. Oh, it's going to swing towards me. Okay. So you can swing away as well to where you get a completely heat-free workspace. And this one also has digital time, temperature, and pressure readouts. So you can have presets. If you're not the one who's going to be operating the press and you don't want it changed, there's password lockouts to where your operators aren't able to change that. But the quick change platen is really combined with threadability, where the Fusion heat press differs from all of the other presses. So we can change this platen out and put on the leg and sleeve platen that we were talking about for the sleeves of the ugly sweaters or sweatpants legs. We also have an under the bill cap platen, which has been one of the fastest selling. So the Fusion gives you the ability, we call it the print more package because it allows you to print more items, not only more in a production setting, but also a wider variety of items. So those are some of the highlights of the Fusion. I'll kick it over to Josh for the clam press.
Yeah, so while the Fusion is great to the question, it's not exactly light. So if you wanted something, yes, you can travel with the Fusion. You'll probably need two folks to lift it. It's about 150 pounds. You can add the scissor cart that it's sitting on that has nice solid wheels for wheeling it around as well, but it doesn't come with a stand. It's sort of just built-in tabletop cantilever design. If you want something a little more portable and entry level, this Stahls Max Press would be my recommendation. The particular one we're looking at here is a 16 by 20, which is going to give you your full front and full back t-shirt print size. You may even be able to drop down to a 15 by 15 and still do the vast variety of graphics onto different apparel items that you want to. But the beauty of this press is in the 16 by 20, you're looking at about 96 pounds. If you go down to the 15 by 15, you're looking at around 70 pounds. So very portable, and you can load it either onto the tabletop counter stand or a freestanding caddy to wheel around. So if you're looking for portable, accurate, entry level, I would recommend the Stahls Max Press. So a couple different choices there.
All right. I think it's time to draw a couple more names. We have 6 so far. We have 6 to go.
All right, let's just wrap it up and get the names on the board. What do you think?
Sounds good to me. All right. Next name, Rob Ramsire. Rob Ramsire.
All right, we're going to add to that Thelma Glowacki.
All right. What do we have? 4 more?
Yep, 4 more.
Okay. Next name, Leondale Vale Inomoto.
We're really testing your speed skills there in writing, Karen. All right. We have Ruben Salcedo. All right. How many more do we need?
I
Zach?
think we need 2.
You're correct.
Yep.
Just want to double check. Don't let any names escape. Let's give it a quick shake.
Okay. All right. Next to the last name, oh, grab 2. Alan Widener. Alan Widener. And the last name for the board and a chance to win the Fusion Print More package.
Let's go deep on this. Is Daniel Hernandez. Daniel Hernandez. Good. So we thank you all for entering, and we're going to give that wheel a spin here in a second. But before we do, any more questions coming in from our viewing audience?
Yes, John wants to know what material and technique would you recommend for pressing onto Polar Tech fleece or similar fabrics?
So Polar Tech fleece is a very challenging fabric. So really, when you talk about fleece, I don't know the specific Polar Tech in general, but when you look at it in outerwear, typically you have the fleece with a pile on it. I think of like a Columbia vest where you get the texture and almost fibers to the fleece, and then you think of the flat surface of the fleece, or even with sort of a weave to it, like a denier weave to it. I would caution you on heat printing at all the fleece with the fiber, because typically there's major issues there. But if it's a fairly flat surface, then I would just recommend a low temp heat transfer film.
Yep.
So any of our low temp products for printing performance wear should be just fine. cad-cut Premium Plus, any of the Stahls Tech products. If you need a screen print and transfer product, Elastiprints, or the new Stretch Litho would be a great choice.
Yeah, the Stretch Litho, for those of you who don't know, is basically Transfer Express's Elastiprints product, which is a low temperature application, but you can get it in full color with free floating text and no outlines required.
Okay, great.
Says he has a new auto cap press. Most of the hats he does are 50% or more polyester. How do I avoid the press box scorching? The pre-cut letters press at over 350 degrees. Can I use a flexible application pad, or do you recommend something different like a lower pressure?
So really, you got to break the rules a bit when you're heat printing headwear, and this is something we really need to do a video on is one idea. When the item won't be laundered, such as a hat, you can really drop the temperature as well as the time, as well as the pressure, because we're just looking for good adhesion. When you're dealing with hats, especially those that have a fused buckram or sort of a hard crown to them, or even with polyester or acrylic content, you get that scorch mark issue or the creasing issue. So I would highly recommend that you preheat your lower pad first before you load the hat to get some heat coming from underneath.
Yep.
Then you load your hat, and then you press closer to 300 degrees and do a test application on that hat. Try not to heat that hat too hot. 350 is definitely going to cause some issues.
Right. I don't really have anything to add to that. That was good.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate that. You finally gave me a good one.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of Christmas, Joe, we're not going to let you escape our questions for you. Now, we had staged an original question we told you we were going to ask you, but I'm going to throw you a curveball here because I know you can handle it. So, Joe, what do you think of regifting? You won't put the mic up to us.
No, I can answer this.
Okay.
I personally believe that regifting is inappropriate.
Okay.
All right.
Why?
Unlike what I believe Zachary has done, in his gifting career.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate because somebody actually took the time to purchase you a gift,
Right.
feeling that they had done the best of their ability to give you that gift. Then you turn around and give it to someone else.
I think it's the biggest compliment that you can give because it meant so much to you that you're willing to share it with someone else.
I just want to roll the bottom of my pants up. It's getting a little deep in here. Somebody else should probably roll their pants up too.
Oh, these were regifted. Actually, these were an original gift, and I would never regift these. Just to show you I am in the holiday spirit, I do have my favorite Christmas socks on. They were gifted
wow.
to me by my daughter. And then while you're checking out those beautiful socks, let's throw the mic over to Karen, because I have a follow-up to the regifting question. We know Karen's genuinely a good person. Karen, what was the last thing that you regifted, and why?
I regifted a large, picture large, floral ceramic piggy bank.
A large floral ceramic pig. You didn't
It
have
was
a
a-
use for that, or you
it was a-
valued it so much?
Potbelly pig.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a little tiny piggy. It was a potbelly pig made of ceramic, covered in floral that looks like it should be a grandmother's couch.
Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully none of you have that floral print on your potbelly pig.
Yeah.
E-bank. All right. So with that, I'm not real sure how to follow up to that. I think
was
we're just
good.
going to go
That
over
was
to the
good. I
wheel and
think
give
we-
away a heat press.
Let's give away a heat press.
Put everybody in a better mood. Okay. So we want to thank you all for joining. Are you going the spin? Why don't you do the spin?
All right.
All right,
we
so
ready?
this is for our Fusion giveaway. Basically how this works, all 12 names that we drew on the board, we're going to give it a spin. Whatever name lands on the top here where the arrow points is going to win the Fusion heat press, and we will email you to contact you to set up delivery. And yes, we are giving the full Fusion Print More package.
$2,500 value. $2,600 value.
$2,600 value. I'd ask for a drum roll. We don't have any drums, so let's just give it a spin.
Okay, here we go. Mark Bolin.
Congratulations to Mark Bolin. You have won our STAHLidays heat press giveaway. Now, I'm in a giving spirit today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm ready to give away 2 Fusion Print More packages, but one thing I would like to give away is how about that Stahls Max
Yeah.
entry-level press? Let's give away a 15 by 15 inch Stahls Max press to a runner-up.
Sounds
And that
good.
will conclude our first STAHLidays giveaway.
All right, spin that one.
No, it's on.
Oh, it's
you,
on me?
man.
All
you
right.
got the pressure of the spin. If it lands on the blank spot, we'll spin again.
I'm really good.
And it
Spin
landed
again.
I'll spin it.
Okay.
Give that another whirl. Well, you did say it's lighter there.
I did
Let's
say
see
that.
lighter there. All right,
Aaron
Aaron Burke wins a 15 by 15 Stahls Max press. We know there were many more questions that we didn't get to on
Yeah.
this Stahls TV morning show. And honestly, we're taking next week off for the holidays, and we're going to pick back up January 4th. But we would certainly invite you to visit the Stahls TV forum, where we plan to post all the questions that were asked today and provide answers from our experts. And the whole point of this giveaway was to share with you the Stahls TV forum. It's a great place where you can ask questions, get answers from other decorators, and there's some great conversation going on there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's new stuff every day.
Absolutely. That's all you got
Merry
for
Christmas.
me?
Yeah, read it on Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas. Thanks for attending the Stahls TV morning show.